Lightning crashes violently from the sky as voices scream, "Kill him," over and over, filling the air with chaos and bloodlust. A massive explosion of energy strikes the ground. Suddenly, silence. We see a boy, badly injured and tied up, lying on the ground in a dark, unfamiliar place. Confused and scared, he thinks, "Why did it come to this? Where am I anyway?" A powerful beastman stands tall before a furious crowd, raising his weapon high. He declares that the next to face divine punishment will be the human who dared to step into their sacred land. The boy stares at the ground, panic in his eyes. I was in a cave just a moment ago. He's trying to make sense of what's happening. How did everything change so suddenly? All around him, voices shout, "Divine punishment." Their screams grow louder, crushing his spirit. Am I really going to die in this strange world? 5 hours ago, under the glow of a quiet night and full moon, the world was calm. Outside a brightly lit food truck, a man with a backpack walks by. From behind him, a voice calls out, "Hey, Tsuyoshi, hurry up and finish eating." Then, inside a warm, cluttered room, a man in a yellow suit gives strict instructions. "Don't stray once we're inside," he warns. "There are 2 other cleaning teams today. If you slack off, you won't even get any scrap metal." He's serious. This isn't just a routine job. Meanwhile, across the room, Tsuyoshi sits casually, slurping noodles without a care in the world. Huh? Why are so many people coming to a mere C-rank cave? The older teammate sighs and says, "It's the time we live in. More cleaners are showing up. It's not like we're heroes. They're just regular workers, scavengers, not the celebrated warriors of society." Tsuyoshi slurps his noodles silently, uninterested. But suddenly the mood changes. A shout breaks the calm. "Hey, get ready! The heroes are coming!" Everyone starts moving. It's time. "All right, let's go," the leader says, grabbing his gear. Tsuyoshi quickly gulps down the last of his food and groans, "Fine, I get it." After that, the team steps closer to the cave's entrance. A faint, eerie glow spills out from within. One of the men mutters nervously, "Even if it's just a C-rank cave, it still gives me chills when I get closer." Another adds, "If a C-rank feels like this, I can't even imagine the terror of A-rank or S-rank caves." Their tension rises. This place doesn't feel normal. Then someone points out something strange. That's odd. There were only a few darklings here. From the golden portal, a team of armored heroes steps out, radiant, powerful, and confident. One of them stretches proudly and says, "We're lucky to get a reward so easily. Guess we made out pretty well." His red-haired partner nods with a soft smile. "Yeah, I guess." From a distance, Tsuyoshi watches in awe. "Heroes sure are cool. If only I could become one, I'd be able to make so much money." He speaks wistfully, like someone watching a dream that'll never be his. But his teammate snaps, "Stop grumbling. You became a cleaner because you failed the awakening test." With a polite smile, one of them asks, "Thank you for your hard work. Can we go inside now?" The red-haired hero nods calmly. "Sure, go ahead." The path is clear. Their job now begins. A voice narrates in Tsuyoshi's head as he walks forward. "I'm Tsuyoshi Tsukishiro, after the heroes subdued the darklings in the cave." The cleaners step into the glowing portal, their heads down and tools in hand. The real work now begins. Tsuyoshi's voice continues in his mind. "Cleaners like us, commonly known as trash collectors, come to collect the leftovers." The team steps into the cave, dim, broken, filled with eerie silence and the bones of fallen beasts. One of the cleaners speaks up. "This is a ruined cave, so it's not very big since it's only a C-rank." Their leader quickly shouts orders. "All right, work quickly. We don't have much time. The cave will close in 4 hours, so finish up and gather here." The team spreads out, their footsteps echoing through the rubble. "Got it," they reply in unison. Among the broken ruins and scattered bones, one of the cleaners carefully digs through the rubble. His eyes widen. "Oh, this is..." He reaches out, hand trembling slightly, brushing away debris. And there it is, glowing faintly in the eerie blue light. A fragment of a shield. After that, one of the cleaners excitedly examines the shield fragment. "This is a good sign. That thing is worth some money." His partner smiles and adds, "It seems like your parents in heaven are watching over you." The lucky cleaner chuckles, eyes gleaming with hope. "That may be true. I'm going to search a little deeper inside." His teammate calls out a reminder. "All right, don't forget, we'll meet up in 3.5 hours." After that, he ventures deeper into the cave, full of hope. "The good stuff is usually deeper. Let's keep going." Time passes. 3.5 hours later, he's still alone. Still digging. But something feels wrong. This is strange. There's nothing here. His voice grows uneasy, eyes scanning the empty ruins. He sighs in frustration. If all I've got is a single shield fragment, that's not good. After that, a voice echoes from a distance. "Hey, Tsuyoshi, it's almost time to meet up." He quickly responds, still desperate. "All right, I'm almost done." But inside, he's panicking. This won't even cover 1 day of Karina's medical expenses. I need to hurry and find something. As he digs, his eyes catch something unusual. He pauses. That's a well? A structure hidden deep within the ruins. Then his instincts scream, "I smell treasure!" After that, Tsuyoshi leans over the edge of the ancient stone well, eyes narrowed. Why is there a well inside the cave? It doesn't make sense, but the air around it feels different. His eyes widen with realization. It looks dried up, so there might be something valuable. Hope lights his face. If I find some undamaged equipment, it might cover a week of Karina's medical expenses. After that, as Tsuyoshi peers deeper into the well, something catches his eye. A flash of light, a glint of gold. His eyes widen. That's a ring! But then he sees the skeletal hand it rests on. He descends slowly, clutching the rope, his heart pounding. It's a corpse left behind in the cave. Seems like the heroes didn't notice it. The body lies forgotten at the bottom, hidden from everyone. He mutters quietly, "Heaven forbid." Tsuyoshi lifts the glowing ring from the skeleton's hand, and his eyes sparkle with disbelief. "I did it! A rare item, a ring!" Tears of joy well up as he bursts into laughter. This kind of equipment usually has some small status-boosting effect, but it sells for a great price. He clutches it tightly, overwhelmed with hope. "I made a fortune." Tsuyoshi admires the golden ring in his hand. "I'll wear it for now," he says, "and get its level checked by Mr. Nakazato later." With a grateful smile, he slips it onto his finger. "Better hurry and regroup. Thank you, ancestors." But the moment the ring touches his skin, a blinding light flashes from his hand. His vision distorts. Strange symbols flash before his eyes like ancient code being branded into his very cells. Whoa! Pain shoots through his arm. Ouch! What is this ring? A glowing system message appears before Tsuyoshi's eyes. Open. The boundless ring has recognized you as its owner. From now on, it cannot be removed or transferred. The boundless passage will open shortly. He stares in shock. Whose voice is that? His heart pounds as he backs away, staring at the glowing spiral forming beneath his feet. What is this? Suddenly, a vortex of golden energy erupts, swirling with violent force. "Mister, help me!" Tsuyoshi screams, his voice vanishing into the storm as the ring pulls him in. After that, one of the team members hears something. Huh? Wasn't that Tsuyoshi's voice? He looks around but finds nothing. He's not here? Wasn't he over there just a moment ago? Another guy casually responds, he probably went to search another area. They relax, thinking it's nothing serious. The kid sure is giving it his all. Unfortunately, he couldn't become a hero. Let's wait for him. We still have time. When Tsuyoshi finally regains consciousness, he's no longer in the cave. He finds himself shackled and surrounded, taken prisoner by the beast folk. Before him stands a massive altar, glowing with terrifying blue lightning, and he's being treated like a criminal, sentenced to suffer what they call divine punishment. That punishment? A deadly bolt of lightning that strikes the altar with divine wrath. Confused and terrified, he realizes, this place, it feels like some sacred land of the beast folk. Did that ring that well really send me here? The scene shifts to a towering throne, shrouded in shadows and dread. Seated upon it is the Beast King, a massive figure with piercing red eyes and a commanding presence. He raises his hand and declares coldly, "Begin it." The crowd of beast folk roars in anticipation. A warrior steps forward to deliver the verdict. "My fellow kin, today we execute 3 great criminals." Then he points to the first prisoner and announces, "The first is one of our own, a traitor who sold secret information about our territory to the vile elves and humans." The beast folk crowd roars in unison. "Divine punishment! Bring divine punishment upon the traitor." Their cries shake the altar. By the order of the Beast King, the accused kneels before fate. Face divine punishment. The moment is heavy. Suddenly, crack. A bolt of divine lightning strikes. The traitor's body drops limp. The hammer of the divine king, surrounded by bolts of punishing lightning, shall crush all sins. A guard declares ominously, "No one has ever escaped this altar, the domain of divine punishment." A blinding bolt of lightning crashes down from the sky. Crack! The traitor is engulfed in pure blue energy, his body convulsing under the might of the heavens. The beast folk cheer like savages. Divine punishment. The high priest, eyes gleaming with zeal, raises his voice. Bring down divine punishment upon the traitor. The sentence is absolute. The altar shows no mercy. And Tsuyoshi watches in horror, realizing this might be his fate next. A blinding bolt of lightning crashes down from the sky. Crack! The traitor is engulfed in pure blue energy, his body convulsing under the might of the heavens. The beast folk cheer like savages. Divine punishment. The crowd roars once again. Divine punishment. Their chants echo off the ancient stone walls, shaking the air with fury. A strange reptilian creature looks on silently, its eyes glowing ominously. Then the executioner raises his hammer and announces, "Next to receive divine punishment shall be the lowly human who dared to intrude on our sacred land." The beast folk laugh wickedly, and the high priest bellows, "The first human in history to enter this forbidden domain, a land isolated from the outside world for thousands of years." Tsuyoshi is dragged forward, panic rising in his chest. "Please wait," he cries, his voice cracking. "This is a misunderstanding." His body trembles as he's shoved down, hands bound. Desperation fills his eyes. "I just accidentally lost my way here. Please stop." Tears mix with sweat as he pleads. "I'm not one of the humans here. My sister is waiting for me. I'm begging you, please help me." But his words fall on deaf ears. A massive beast folk slams him down. "Enough!" The brute growls, silencing him. As Tsuyoshi lies pinned to the cold stone altar, reality hits him like a dagger. "No way! I can't die here!" As the beast folk crowd roars for blood, Tsuyoshi's heart pounds in his chest. "I still have Karina. I have a dream of becoming a hero." His mind screams against the crushing weight of despair. He digs his knees into the altar floor, refusing to give up. How did it come to this? The mob sneers, their eyes glowing with hate. "You insects," one bellows. "How could a mere human defeat the great beast folk?" Another snarls, "Die!" And yet another, "May you become ashes in divine punishment." The beast folk executioner raises his voice. "Bring down divine punishment upon the sinner." Tsuyoshi crawls across the altar floor, every muscle burning, heart pounding in desperation. "I can't die. Not here. Not in a place like this." His fingers dig into the stone as a surge of divine lightning splits the air above. Crack! A blinding bolt tears down from the heavens, striking just inches away from him. The ground erupts in sparks and raw energy. His body is flung back, his wide eyes staring up at the sky. The entire crowd of beast folk gasps in shock, their eyes wide and glowing red. He avoided the lightning of divine punishment? Even the mighty beast general falters. His expression shifts from fury to awe. That's unprecedented. Behind him, the beast king remains silent on his throne, shrouded in shadow, yet his burning gaze is now locked onto the human boy. The boy stands defiantly, staggering but unbroken, and shouts with all the strength he has left, "I refuse to die here, you bastard." His knees are trembling, body covered in bruises, yet he glares straight at the towering beast looming over him. Then boom! A blinding bolt of divine lightning crashes down again. "Ah!" he screams as it slams into him, engulfing his entire body in electric energy. The blue and white light burns across his skin like fire. The crowd watches in shock, their voices trembling. No way. The divine punishment has struck again, this time with full fury. Lightning crashes again above the arena. The savage beast leader throws his head back and laughs maniacally. "Ha ha! Who said the lightning of divine punishment only strikes once?" His voice booms, echoing through the blood-red skies. "Time for the next one." The entire beast folk crowd roars in unison, spears and axes raised high. "Divine punishment! Divine punishment!" The girl with fox ears watches, her body trembling in restraint, eyes heavy with sorrow. What a futile struggle. As the lightning tears through his body, scorching him from within, he falls once more, charred, weak, barely conscious. No. His trembling voice whispers into the void, "I can't die here." But in that moment, a radiant golden object bursts with divine light. The golden ring pulses with divine energy, activating the boundless ring, divine selection system. A blinding light engulfs his broken body. The system announces activation complete. System authentication complete, starting body repair and constructing the ultimate physique. A second bolt of divine lightning crashes down from the heavens, but the figure stands defiantly. The onlookers stare in disbelief as the smoke clears. The beast leader, eyes wide, growls, "That guy, is he still alive?" The second bolt of divine lightning tears through the sky again, and this time it lands squarely on him. His body jolts upward from the impact, limp and lifeless in the air, shrouded in searing blue light. As the divine lightning still crackles in the air, a strange digital voice echoes, "Constructing the ultimate physique, 15% complete." The monstrous warriors turn in confusion. One of them gasps, "What the heck?" Their eyes widen, not at the lightning, but at something happening behind them. Something impossible. Something awakening. A deafening crack shakes the ground. Lightning surges once again from the heavens, violently slamming into the broken figure below. But this time his body doesn't crumble. It absorbs it, constructing the ultimate physique, 40%. Scanning, inputting skill, divine eye. A deep voice echoes in his mind. Something is calling for me. Crackling lightning trails around his feet. He takes a step forward, slow, steady, but certain. Lightning flashes violently as it coils through the sky and strikes down upon a weapon embedded in the ground. A golden hammer surges with power, glowing brighter with each pulse. Crackles of divine energy ripple around it. The transformation continues. His body is now 60% complete, and with each passing second, new powers are etched into his soul. Constructing the ultimate physique, 80% complete. The transformation surges forward. Hung's body is no longer just human. It's transcending. But it's not just power that shocks the battlefield. The ogre warlord's eyes widen in disbelief. He growls, trembling. Impossible. Other than the Divine King himself. No one has ever gotten this close to the hammer of the Divine King. As the divine lightning crackles through the air, illuminating the battlefield in a storm of power, a devilish figure watches from afar, his smirk curling wide with intrigue. Is that guy trying to lift the hammer of the Divine King? The skies thunder louder as Hung, scorched and battered, stretches his arms out, standing beneath the mighty weapon. Lightning surges around him like a storm responding to its master. A mysterious voice echoes, "Deep, ancient, divine. Are you the one calling for me?" As the divine energy intensifies, the air around Hyung trembles. Cracks rip through the stone beneath his feet, the entire ground shaking in response to his will. A voice, not human, not earthly, echoes again, darker this time. "Why did you call me?" Then suddenly, the ultimate physique constructed, 100%, inputting special status, chosen one. The system completes, and in that moment a massive pulse of energy erupts outward like a volcanic blast. Crack! Lightning shreds the air. The entire room collapses into chaos. Everyone watching can barely stay on their feet. Lightning rips through the air as Hung lets out a mighty roar. Ah! His muscles bulge, skin crackles with raw energy. His glowing eyes blaze like twin stars of fury and fate. Tsuyoshi reaches out, lightning crackling around his hand. He grips the divine weapon tightly and declares with fierce resolve, "I'll make use of your power." Tsuyoshi has acquired the divine hammer. He's reached level 3, but the unlocked power of the hammer is still 0%. The system explains, due to insufficient capability, the true power of the divine hammer cannot be demonstrated. Its special effects are also unknown. The girl with fox ears stares in shock and says, "A human lifted the divine hammer." A stunned warrior growls in disbelief. "A mere human managed to lift the divine hammer? Impossible." Furious, the orc leader snarls, "We cannot allow a mere human to touch our sacred divine hammer." The beast man's eyes widen in disbelief. Even the great beast king couldn't lift the divine hammer. How did a mere human do it? He grits his teeth, furious and confused. It is said that whoever lifts the divine hammer shall become the leader of the beastmen. This must be some kind of mistake. Everyone is stunned by the... Tsuyoshi stands shirtless, sparks of blue lightning still swirling around his body. He stares at his glowing status screen and says, "Somehow, I feel much stronger." Then he notices his progress. "I reached level 3? A dark, shadowy figure appears behind Tsuyoshi with intense energy radiating. Tsuyoshi, calmly observing his glowing screen, puts a finger to his chin and asks, "Is this the divine selection system?" Tsuyoshi stands calmly with the golden hammer glowing in his hand as the ground cracks around him. Suddenly, the beast charges in fury, roaring, "Damn you, human! Don't you dare touch the divine hammer with your filthy hands!" The beastman crowd stares in disbelief as they recognize the approaching warrior. That man, "He's our great general, Ryuga," one of them shouts. Another adds, "Surely, he will not allow a human to act so presumptuously." They plead to him, "Please, help us reclaim the pride of the Beastmen." General Ryuga, towering and furious, walks forward and growls, "I don't know what kind of tricks you used, but to think you escaped the divine punishment and even lifted the divine hammer." The Beastman General stares Tsuyoshi down, his glowing eyes filled with fury. He growls, "Return the hammer quietly," then snarls, "and accept your punishment." Suddenly a screen appears before Tsuyoshi. Notification, passive skill Divine Eye activated. Use can check detailed information about any item by focusing on it. Cooldown 0 seconds. Tsuyoshi stares at the large figure in front of him as the Divine Eye activates. A glowing blue window appears. Name, Ryoga. Title, General Level 84. Occupation, Beastman Warrior. Greatsword. Weapon, Grade A Zanbato. Tsuyoshi's eyes narrow. Divine Eye? I can see the opponent's information. Is this also a feature of the system? Ryoga slowly turns around, his massive figure radiating pressure. He growls, "You lowly human, do you dare challenge me? You seem to have some backbone." Tsuyoshi stiffens, panic flashing in his eyes. Ryoga shouts, "Fine! I'll make sure you die swiftly." He charges, fury in his eyes. Tsuyoshi waves his hand frantically. "Wait, it's a misunderstanding." He steps back, thoughts racing. "No way am I fighting a level 84 warrior." Tsuyoshi's eyes widen with fear, sweat rolling down his face. He tries to reason, "Listen to me, please." But Ryoga is beyond reason. His rage explodes. He roars, "Shut up! Take this!" swinging his massive hammer down with terrifying force. A beast woman watches nervously from afar, sweat trickling down her face. She whispers to herself, "That human is doomed." Her eyes widen with worry. General Ryoga is one of the 5 great generals under the Beast King. Even among beastmen, he's an extremely strong opponent. She clenches her fists. A human would be cut in half with a single strike. Suddenly, a shockwave explodes through the air as the battle ignites. The platform shatters from the sheer pressure. General Ryoga launches forward with terrifying speed. Quick slash! His enormous blade glows with fury, slicing through the air. But just before the blow lands, clang! Sparks erupt violently as Tsuyoshi blocks the devastating attack with the divine hammer. Tsuyoshi stumbles back, sparks flying off his hammer, his face twisted in pain, hands trembling. I blocked it? He stares at the glowing divine hammer, shocked. "My hand's gone numb. This hammer is incredibly sturdy." But across from him, even General Ryoga looks stunned. "He blocked my quick slash." Ryoga narrows his glowing eyes, and he's still standing, despite using a hammer to defend himself. General Ryuga growls, eyes blazing with fury. "You're lucky that hammer saved your life, but next time it won't." Tsuyoshi backs away, arms raised in panic. "I'm telling you, it's a misunderstanding." Desperate, he pleads, voice cracking. "I'm not from this world. Please hear me out." But Ryuga isn't interested. Rage drowns out reason. With a roar, he lunges forward again. There's nothing to hear. Ryoga grabs Tsuyoshi mid-sentence, his massive fist locking around him like a steel vice. "Gotcha!" Tsuyoshi's breath chokes out, stunned, helpless. Ryoga roars in his mind, brimming with violent confidence. "I'll toss him into the sky and finish him off with Earthquake Shaker!" With monstrous strength, the Beastman General swings his arm upward like a catapult. Tsuyoshi's body soars through the red-tinted sky, straight into his death. As Tsuyoshi hurtles through the air, bracing for death, a glowing blue notification suddenly flashes before his eyes. Notification, active skill, absolute replication, activated usage. Sense the opponent's heart with your hand and choose one skill to replicate from all available ones. Cooldown, 3 seconds. Note, only one skill can be stored at a time. If a new skill is replicated, the original is replaced. His eyes widen, staring at the screen in disbelief. Replicate skills? While being hurled through the sky by the beast's brute strength, Tsuyoshi processes the instructions on his new skill. He recalls the message clearly. Sense the opponent's heart with your hand, and suddenly, his eyes light up with clarity. In other words, he realizes what he needs to do. As Tsuyoshi spirals downward, locked in the beast's grasp, his eyes widen with determination. I have to touch their chest! It's his only chance to activate the replication skill. He thrusts his hand forward, and just as the massive general prepares to slam him into the earth, Tsuyoshi's fingertips connect. The moment Tsuyoshi touches the general's chest, a strange reaction surges through the air. Suddenly, the intimidating warrior freezes. His fierce expression melts into something oddly soft. As Tsuyoshi is flung into the air, time almost slows down for him. His hand makes contact with the warrior's chest, and suddenly glowing cards burst out around him. Tsuyoshi gasps. There are so many. Each card contains a skill, dozens of them, swirling in a chaotic storm. As if I can choose one among them, he yells, overwhelmed. Meanwhile, down below, the warrior clutches his heart, red-faced and confused. You, what are you doing to me? The warrior roars, take this, heaven and earth, preparing a massive finishing move. But as Tsuyoshi falls, he quickly scans the floating skill cards. One glows brightly. Skill, Heaven Shaker. Cooldown 360 seconds. A devastating hammer strike compatible with his weapon. Tsuyoshi clenches his fist. It seems compatible with the hammer. All right, I'll go with this. He selects the skill mid-air. A bright light surrounds him. Skill, Heaven Shaker has been fully replicated. With power now surging through him, Tsuyoshi shouts, I'm telling you, I can't afford to die here. Tsuyoshi crashes down with unstoppable force. Boom! The ground splits, light erupts, and dust explodes outward. The enemy, wide-eyed and stunned, screams in disbelief. Impossible! How can he use my technique? As the ground quakes and energy explodes outward, a distant group of warriors looks on in shock. The red-haired woman stands still, calm and focused, while the muscular warriors behind her roar in panic. Meanwhile, the brute who just took a direct hit from Tsuyoshi's Heaven Shaker screams, Ja! He crashes violently into the ground, smoke and debris rising around him. But then, he sits up, confused. Huh? Another warrior blurts out, stunned. The power control. It doesn't hurt at all. In fact, it feels somewhat pleasant. Tsuyoshi stands there, panting, exhausted but still conscious. A notification screen appears before him. Due to being level 3, without a profession and unable to use a weapon, no damage was inflicted on the opponent. Improve your abilities to increase effectiveness. His face drops in disbelief. Even after using that incredible skill, it didn't even hurt the enemy? He stares at the screen in confusion, then looks up and mutters, What the? The ground cracks beneath the impact of the massive axe as the beastly warrior slams it down in rage. His voice booms with fury. You filthy human! How dare you humiliate me? He's burning with rage, his pride wounded deeply by Tsuyoshi's unexpected move. But just then, a thunderous voice echoes across the battlefield. That's enough! The atmosphere shifts as a terrifying pressure descends over the battlefield. The Beastman crowd begins to panic. It's the Beast King! The Beast King himself is taking action! The Beast King is here! As the fiery blast fades and the dust settles, Tsuyoshi, still burning with resolve, swings his arm through the air, clearing the heat waves swirling around him. The wind still howls. And then the dust parts. A new figure is revealed. Long white hair, piercing beast-like eyes, muscles chiseled like stone. He rises from the crater, a terrifying presence now kneeling before them, surrounded by glowing embers. The Beast King has arrived in person. The entire battlefield freezes in shock. Gasps echo. The Beast King knelt down. The Beastkin stare wide-eyed, unable to believe what they just witnessed. Even the girl with cat ears is stunned. Then, the mighty Beast King raises his voice, calm and reverent. He looks at Tsuyoshi and declares, It seems you have truly been chosen by the divine hammer. He steps back and adds, This may indeed be a sign from the gods. The silver-haired Beast King steps forward with a solemn expression. He declares with reverence, For hundreds and thousands of years, no one was ever chosen by the hammer. His eyes shine as he looks at Tsuyoshi. You are the first. The crowd of beastmen erupts in disbelief and awe. My fellow beastmen, he proclaims. No one could ever lift the divine hammer, yet this human has done it. One beastman gasps, What? The entire hall goes silent. Dozens of beastmen stare in awe at Tsuyoshi. Tension lingers. Then the silver-haired Beast King raises his hand and speaks with authority. If he truly is the future leader of the Beastmen, then we should allow him time to grow. Tsuyoshi looks up at him, shocked, breathless. In the crowd, murmurs ripple. One Beastman hesitates. But he is not a Beastman, you know? Another responds thoughtfully. Indeed, the prophecy speaks of it. More confused voices follow. A Beastman elder steps forward, voice sharp. But Beast King, this man is a human. The Beast King doesn't flinch. His eyes narrow as he replies coolly, And what about it? He steps down with authority, voice calm but resolute. Did the prophecy specify that the leader must be a beastman? He looks across the crowd, challenging them. Are you saying we should ignore the one who embodies hope for our people? The room falls silent again. The Beast King places a glowing hand on Tsuyoshi's chest. Within 1 year, you must gain strength and return here. A burning sigil marks Tsuyoshi's skin. Power pulses through him. At that time, we will see if you are worthy of being our leader. Then the king's finger glows as he marks Tsuyoshi's forehead with a shimmering mental seal. If you do not return in 1 year, I will use this mental mark to hunt you down and kill you wherever you may be. The Beast King stands firm in front of Tsuyoshi, placing a heavy decision on his shoulders. This way, my people will be satisfied too. So, what is your answer? Tsuyoshi touches his forehead where the mental mark burns faintly. Huh? Before he can finish, a thunderous voice roars through the crowd. Accept it! The Beast Girl passionately shouts, gain your freedom and become stronger. Tsuyoshi pauses, taken aback. His thoughts echo, that girl was supposed to be punished after me. He looks at her, deeply moved, then activates his skill. Let's try using the skill, Divine Eye. A blue screen appears, open quote, name, title, level 72 occupation, Beastman Warrior, dagger user. Weapon, none, close quote. Her true strength stuns him. Despite appearing carefree, she's far more capable than he expected. She looks at him with defiant fire and says, it's better to be alive. Don't waste the miracle given by the gods. Tsuyoshi is stunned. Level 72? Could she really be a strong female warrior? Then why? Why was she marked as a criminal? Confusion flashes through his mind. But then, a look of gratitude settles in his eyes. He raises his arm high and shouts with sincerity, thank you. The beast warriors around him silently acknowledge his resolve. The girl watches with a subtle smile, her chains now only a memory. As Tsuyoshi stands proud with the hammer in hand, he reflects, indeed, as she said, this is a miracle. He clenches his fist with determination. There is no time for hesitation. First, I need to survive. After that, I can find a way back to my original world. Tsuyoshi stands confidently and declares, all right, I'll take your offer. The Beast King watches curiously, but Tsuyoshi raises a hand. However, I have a condition. The Beast King tilts his head, surprised but intrigued. A condition? He asks with a slight smirk. Tsuyoshi turns and points toward the girl who once shouted for him to survive. She will come with me. She might be useful. Caught off guard, the girl's eyes widen and she stammers, Mimi! A spark of shock and emotion flashes across her face. Tsuyoshi raises his hand high and looks at the girl who once stood up for him. With a calm but firm expression, he says, now we are even. No debts owed. As moonlight pierces through the temple roof, Tsuyoshi stands alone, holding a small, glowing ring in his hand. His voice is calm but full of reflection. From that voice I heard back then. It seems everything began with this boundless ring. His eyes narrow as he recalls the moment that changed his fate forever. Tsuyoshi stares at the glowing ring on his finger. He thinks, it won't come off, but thanks to this ring I've gained strange abilities. Still, how am I supposed to return to my original world? Suddenly, a calm female voice speaks. Preparations are complete, Master. Startled, Tsuyoshi reacts. Huh? Master? Then, out of nowhere, a beautiful armored woman appears before him. She smiles gently and says, yes, I have decided to serve you, my savior. Tsuyoshi gets a cheeky thought and grins to himself. To be called master by such a cute, beast-eared girl is just irresistible. But quickly, he softens and responds sincerely. It's nothing much. Your words helped me too. From now on, we'll support each other. He blushes a little and adds, as for being called master or being served, that's... The girl looks at him with heartfelt emotion. You don't know how much that means to me. Then she continues, you, Master, have given me a second life. In her thoughts, she reflects, no one else has ever stood by me or thanked me so straightforwardly, except you, Master. She gently clasps Tsuyoshi's hand and with shining eyes, earnestly pleads, please, let me call you Master. Standing under the soft moonlight surrounded by glowing fireflies, she gazes at him deeply. Then, with a blush and trembling sincerity, she says, your appearance is nothing but a miracle for me. I want to dedicate everything to you. Tsuyoshi, flustered but grinning with a nosebleed, chuckles and says, if that's what you want, then sure you can call me Master. Ha ha! The girl nods excitedly. Yes. Now, shall we be on our way? She turns, leading the path confidently under the starry sky, adding, "It's getting quite late." As they walk through the dimly lit forest path, she looks back sweetly and says, "Watch your step." Tsuyoshi lets out a deep breath, phew, as he gazes at the vast sky above, mesmerized by the massive moon glowing over the rocky terrain. He looks around the strange land and quietly marvels, what an amazing other world. But suddenly, his eyes widen and his thoughts shift. No, what am I thinking? Karina is waiting for me. A notification flashes in front of Tsuyoshi. Notification, the boundless passage is now available for use. Please note that the cooldown is 24 hours. His eyes light up in realization. That's right. I was dragged into the boundless passage and transported to this world. If I follow the same route, I should be able to get back, right? With a trembling hand, he raises it, staring at the mysterious ring. Oh, open! Boundless passage. Is this the right way? Suddenly, golden light bursts forth, engulfing him in a swirling portal. This is it! I can finally go home! As Tsuyoshi activates the boundless passage, golden energy erupts around him, lifting his body into the air. Meanwhile, the beast-eared girl sees the glowing portal and looks around in confusion. "Master!" she calls out, noticing he's gone. Within the blinding vortex of light, Tsuyoshi spins uncontrollably through the fabric of time and space. "Ah! As expected, the feeling of space-time distortion is the worst," he yells, grimacing from the intense nausea and vertigo. Tsuyoshi crashes through the portal, gasping for air as he lands hard on the rocky ground. He slowly sits up, scanning his surroundings, the dark cave walls, the cold air, and the quiet hum of technology. "Am I back?" he whispers in disbelief. Then, raising his hand, a bright energy blade materializes in front of him with a distinct digital sound. His eyes widen with amazement. "I did it! The abilities I gained in the other world are still here!" Tsuyoshi checks his stats screen. His level is still 3, and although he has no occupation or skills listed, one thing catches his attention. Why is the divine hammer still in there? A system notification answers him. Notification: personal stats are shared across both worlds, but items are not. To use items from another world, they must be placed in the divine consciousness inventory beforehand. Realization dawns on him. Since levels are shared, leveling up in either world shouldn't be a problem. He reflects further. I was able to bring the divine hammer here because I stored it in that inventory. Then he gasps. Wait a second. Does this mean that with my current level 3 status? Before he can finish that thought, another soldier calls out from the cave entrance. What's all the commotion about? Get out quickly before the cave closes. As Tsuyoshi climbs out of the portal cave, another team member calls out, "Why are you still here, old man? I've been away for hours." Tsuyoshi's eyes widen. What's going on? I spent at least 5 hours in the other world. He mutters under his breath, something's not right. From above, the rescuer shouts, "You've been here all along. It's a good thing I came to get you. Hurry up and get out." And then warns urgently, "Don't dawdle. Once the cave closes, you'll be trapped inside forever." As Tsuyoshi climbs up the rope, a realization strikes him like lightning. So that's it. Time was frozen. He pauses mid-climb, eyes wide with awe. While I was in the other world, was time here completely still? It's like something straight out of a manga. His thoughts race as he ascends higher. Could it be that time is also frozen in that other world right now? As Tsuyoshi climbs out of the cave, he glances back at the skeletal hand resting in the stone. Who was the original owner of this boundless ring anyway? He wonders with a chill, realizing that this mysterious power might have once belonged to someone long forgotten, or far too dangerous. Then he snaps out of his thoughts. "Oh, right, old man." A teammate calls out, "What is it?" Tsuyoshi turns, his face now glowing with purpose and fierce determination. "The next awakening test is tomorrow, right?"